And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome everybody to the stream. In tonight's episode, we're going to be taking a look at CSGO knives, CS2 knives I should say, and whether or not there are good investments. Should we be buying right now? We're going to take a look at different knives and which knives am I investing in, which knives am I currently invested in. I'm going to answer all of that and more, so hopefully you guys are ready. Hit the like button, chat. Do me a favor, subscribe if you're new, and let's get started. As always, I do want to shout out the Patreon. 147 posts, 135 members. We're a growing community, private Discord server. We have members-only videos, live streams every week with the squad. I will have a weekly newsletter for tonight for any tier 4 members, and yeah, you guys can surf all of the content available through the Patreon. Link is in the video description for that, or you can join through YouTube by clicking the join button and selecting your tier. Tier 3 gets you pretty much full access to everything, all the Discord and all that, so definitely join below. With that being said, let me pop out the chat and let's talk about it. So vote in the poll, guys. Do you currently own a CS2 knife? 40 of you guys have voted, and there's 60% of you that say yes. So, interesting. Most of you guys have knife investments, which is why you're in this video. And let's get started. So, we'll do a little bit of Q&A at the end, but I first want to just basically give you guys a brief overview of like what I'm looking for when it comes to a knife investment, what kind of knives am I invested in, and all that stuff. Ronnie with the 15-month tier 3 Cologne 2015 for the win. That's a shout out to you, Ronnie. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, Cologne 15 will rise, I'm sure of it. Just give it some decades. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, in any event, inside joke. Time to buy knives. So, I guess before we take a look at some charts and some knives, let's first talk about like what are the knives that we should be investing in. I like to keep it simple. Go for quality, right? Go for something people actually want. Shiny, bright, colorful, old/rare, if possible, right? Go for those types of knives. Prefer those types of knives over, you know, don't go after forest DD Pats and stains and urban masks. I would prefer go after the first, not the latter. So examples of good knives include fades, Dopplers, gamma Dopplers, and vanillas. Those are the types of knives that I personally am subscribing to and the ones that I like to go for. You may be asking, well, okay, well, what kind of knife? Do we go for a Huntsman knife? Do we go for a Karambit? Do we go for an M9? They have varying, degrees in their prices. So, like, some people may not be able to afford a Karambit fade or whatever. So, I totally understand that. So, what I would recommend if you're investing in a knife is you need to determine your opportunity cost. And what I mean by that is you need to decide, I have $500. I can buy a flip knife. I don't know, a flip knife, maybe a Doppler. I'm not sure how much flip knife Dopplers are going for. It depends on the face, but let's say flip knife Doppler. Or maybe a Huntsman Doppler. I don't know. I haven't looked at the prices. So, however, I cannot afford a Karambit Doppler or a Butterfly Doppler, which are better knives, I would argue. Karambits and Butterflies are better than Huntsman and flip knives, even though they're the same, you know, Dopplers, right? Phase 1, phase 2, yada, yada, yada. So what you need to determine is, you only have $500. Can that $500 be better spent at the moment? Is there currently an investment? Obviously, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is absolute. You can't 100% guarantee that your investment will make you money. But what I will say, though, is there something that is more attractive, something that is more, or I don't want to say less risky, but definitely more certain. It's hard to actually say it, but long story short, is there an operation currently out? Items still dropping? Or is there a major sticker sale? That's historically the go-to events that investors look for when they have piles of cash and they want to deploy it. You either look at the environment, look at the market, and say, hey, is there currently an operation? Can I currently invest in some new items that are limited edition? Is there currently a major sticker sale? Can I currently invest in limited time stickers? That's usually what investors up until this point have been doing. So right now, that $500 could probably be better spent buying capsules at a discount since they are on sale, right? As opposed to buying a knife that may appreciate over time, but who knows how long it may take. And if it's not a good knife, if it's not one of those higher tier knives that I've been talking about, it probably won't grow as much. So you need to weigh the opportunity costs, weigh the pros and cons, and decide, okay, I could buy a Huntsman Doppler, or I could take that money, put it into some capsules, put it into some cases, put it into something that can grow faster, something that's a little bit more stable in terms of like, or more liquid, I guess, that can grow faster, and turn that $500 into $600, $700, $800, and then maybe I can afford a more expensive knife as an investment. Because if you look here, like these knives that I currently have, technically they are investments. I bought this knife for like $1,600 a couple years ago. It has since gone up. So that's where I park my profits from my cases, my stickers, my capsules, all my miscellaneous stuff, my patches, my patch investments, all these other miscellaneous investments that can grow you money, you gotta park that cash somewhere. I mean, you could have it sitting in a bank or sitting in a wallet or a balance, but it's better to put it to work and at least put it into something stable, something expensive, something that is desirable, like Dopplers, fades, vanillas. So that's my investment strategy there. And I guess let's go over my current knife investments before we look at a couple charts. So I should have brought up my spreadsheet, which, by the way, Patreon members have full access to my complete portfolio, all my buys and sells, my entire spreadsheet. Quick plug there. I should have pulled it up, but I'll try to do it from memory. I currently own a butterfly fade. I currently own a Huntsman Doppler, phase 2. I currently own a Karambit fade. I currently own a Karambit lure, I think minimal wear. Let's see, what other knives do I own? Is that all? Are those all my knives? I think they are. They all my knives? Huh. I think I own one more knife, but I'm not sure. I don't own too many knives, but the knives that I do own are expensive, as you guys can clearly see. I have a butterfly fade, a Karambit lure, and a Doppler. So I probably am missing something, but long story short, these are my top knives, the most expensive knives that I can currently think of. So I put money to work in higher tier, higher demand knives, and over the years, they've gone up. Like the butterfly fade was a great investment. Karambit fade, I bought it like a year and a half ago, so before CS2, it's gone up. Karambit lure, same thing. I bought it a while back, bought it early, and it has since gone up. Now, that's why you got to get in early. And I know I'm not going to make a fortune off of these. I know my butterfly fade investment isn't going to like triple. I mean, it might with inflation, and over the years, it may actually triple from 1,600 one day. I don't know. I haven't looked at the price recently. But it's more like a store of value. I like to treat my knife investments as a store of value, similar to like gold, like precious metals, if anybody is a gold investor. You know, when times are tough, these things are pretty good. Historically, everybody likes gold. Throughout all history, people love gold. And historically, everybody loves knives, especially these higher tier knives. Most people, I would argue, like fades. Most people like Dopplers. Most people like gamma Dopplers. Most people like lures, or a lot of people at least. Or if they don't like lure, they like karambits. So I'm going after like the higher tier knives, the karambits, the butterflies, the M9s, etc. So hopefully that makes sense. Those are my current knife investments. If I make money from Copenhagen, I may buy another knife. I might buy, I was thinking about actually picking up an M9 Black Pearl, which would be super sick, but those things are super expensive. So, I don't know. We'll see. But, anyways, store of value. That is what knives are for. They're not going to make you rich. You're not going to double overnight. You're not going to double your money in a month with knives. It's not going to happen. It's probably going to take a couple of years for them to double. And, you know, it depends on the macro environment, the economics of the world and such. But long story short, knives are decent investments. They're a good store of value. That's where I would take my profits, park them into knives. That is what I have been doing. And that is what I will continue doing, picking up more higher tier knives. So I'm a little diversified. You know, I don't just go after one particular knife. I've seen several Steam profiles over the years that have like dozens of butterfly fades, or, you know, a handful of karambit fades. You can, you know, just concentrate on one particular knife. I would say I personally wouldn't recommend it, but again, you could. You can concentrate on two knife types like butterflies and karambits only, or, you know, only butterfly, but just switch it up. One butterfly fade, one butterfly. Personally, I wouldn't do that. I like to keep it a little bit more diversified because let's say, for example, the butterfly knife gets an update and everybody starts hating on the butterfly knife, or the karambit knife gets an update, visual update, and everybody just starts dumping their karambits. Well, if you've only invested in karambits, well, you're kind of screwed. So so I have two karambits, I have a butterfly. I'm looking to get an M9 for a little bit more diversification, and then maybe another butterfly for two butterflies. I don't know. We'll see. But long story short, yeah, keep it a little diversified, mix and match between fades and Dopplers and butterflies and karambits. That's where the quality is, and that's where I would personally concentrate my money in. With that being said, let me see here. Let's look at some charts. Actually, let me look at the chat real quick. Are you guys following along? Did I put you all to sleep? What's up, everybody? When is the Twitch stream? We'll probably do a Twitch stream tomorrow. I can't do two streams today, chat. I had a long day today. I wanted to do two today, but it's not going to happen. I'll probably do one tomorrow. Ronnie's asleep. I use an Ursus style in real life because they are based off of samurai swords, Ursus knives. Oh, yes, there is something that I do want to discuss right before we do a little bit of Q&A. I actually have another really interesting topic, or not topic, but an interesting point that I hope you guys are taking notes, or like mental notes or whatever. So, yeah, here's what I recommend. How many of you guys are case investors? Put one in the chat if you're a case investor. If you've invested in cases, you own at least, I don't know, a handful of a particular case, 100 cases, a dozen cases, 1,000 cases, I don't know. Like, you guys are case investors. How many case investors are in the chat? I'm a case investor. I own about 1,000 Riptides, or I'm trying to pick up 1,000 Riptides. I own 1,000 revolver cases. I'm a case investor. So I used to be a bigger case investor when I owned tens of thousands of, well, maybe not tens, I think 16 or 20,000 danger zones, but that was in the past. Anyways, long story short, what I would recommend is for all of you guys that are saying ones in the chat, look at your cases and take a look at what kind of knives are in those cases. And take a look at the best item in your case and use it as a guide to what you should invest in. So look at your case investments and find the top or most expensive item in your case and invest in that. Or you can invest in the most expensive item from a case you didn't invest but want to. So for example, let's say you want to invest in glove cases, but they are too expensive. I know gloves, that's probably not a good example for glove cases, but let's say breakout cases, same thing. Let's say, okay, so let's say you wanted to invest in breakout cases, but they are too expensive since they're at like $9 or $10, I don't know exactly. And you think that I should have bought when they were $5, now they've doubled in price. I don't know if I want to, you know, buy them at $10. Maybe I want to buy a cheaper case. Maybe I can buy cheaper case like a Spectrum case or a Spectrum 2 case that still contains butterfly knives, but in the Doppler flavor. Let's say you invest in those cases since they're cheaper, right? And then you invest in a knife from the breakout case, like for example, and you also invest in a knife from breakout, like a butterfly vanilla or butterfly fade. Again, those are just examples. You know, same knife, just different finishes, right? Spectrum 2s have Dopplers. Butterfly, vanilla, and fade are in breakouts, but breakouts, you miss the boat on breakouts. You can diversify a little bit there if you don't want to concentrate on your particular case. I think it's fine to do both. You can invest in your, you know, the case, the best items in your case, or you can do that little diversification. You go with Spectrum and you go with butterfly, fade, or vanilla. Either way you do it will work just fine. How are you doing today, Fano? Rise up. What's up, man? How you doing? I lost count on all my cases. Yeah, keep track, guys. Keep track of how many investments you have. Just out of curiosity, is anybody invested in breakout cases or Spectrum cases? Those are pretty good cases, or at least they contain really good knives. So just curious. Do you use Price Empire to track? No. Yo, I just dropped an Operation Hydra case. Shout out to you. Are you gonna sell it, Zeke? Are you gonna sell your Hydra case? You gonna sell it for profit? Or are you gonna wait and hope it rises back up to its all-time high? It's currently $20 on the Steam market, at least. Yo, Fano, I just bought my first knife. Congratulations, Guns. What's your first knife, dude? What'd you get? What'd you get? I own all cases besides ones that are above $10. Gotcha, Yogi. Sarvesh, welcome to the stream, man. I think I'm gonna keep it. You're gonna keep the Hydra case. Interesting. Last month, it's been pretty flat. Okay. Remember, opportunity cost, $20. $20, do the math. You divide it, or, you know, yeah, you divvy it up into a bunch of capsules. Those capsules go up to 30 cents. Make a nice quick profit. Maybe they go higher than 30 cents. Maybe they go to 40 cents this time around. You never know. I don't know. Gotta weigh the pros and cons. Do you have conviction in Copenhagen? If not, keep your Hydra case. It's up to you, man. That's the beauty of investing. You gotta pick your path, I guess. I got a Paracord Scorched. Okay, Paracord Scorched, not bad. That's a decent first knife. All right, all right. Doesn't have too many scratches, I presume. What's up, Fano? What do you think about the case-hardened karambit? Pattern-based knives, besides Dopplers, I'm not interested in. I mean, they're alright. Case hardens will always have fans. I don't like the well-worn. I would prefer it to be lower float. If I was getting a case harden, I would probably get it low float. As long as it's a good pattern, Dubé. As long as it's a good pattern, I like it. Karambit case harden is a solid knife. It's from an old case. My gloves are up like close to 1.5k since I got them. It would be a good point to pull out, but they are my play skin and I'm attached. Yeah, you shouldn't get attached to your investments. That being said, though, gloves, like actual gloves and actual knives, they're not going to make you a lot of money. Now, again, I don't know when you bought your gloves, and I guess you're up $1,000, so maybe it was before CS2. And I totally get that you're up money right now. But you really shouldn't get attached. Like honestly, and I'm being dead honest, probably the best investment thing I can do right now is to just liquidate all my skins, like my Howl, my knives, just sell everything, put it into Copenhagen capsules, get my 10% pop after they get removed. They usually jump 10 to 20% right off the bat. Get my close to guaranteed. It's happened every time. I have no reason why it shouldn't happen this time. Maybe if I do liquidate my inventory the first time they don't pop on on the news. You never know. But it's risky, but it's Steam down. But it's probably the best thing to do because history is on your side and a lot of people sell the buy the news and cause price to go higher. Are we getting an update today, boys? Operation tonight? Question mark? Connecting to the Steam network. Interesting. Currently investing in Koi Hollow instead of a knife. That's fine, man. Just be careful. You may be able to pick it up at a lower price depending on how the sale goes. What do you think about a butterfly fade? I like butterfly fades. I currently am invested in a butterfly fade. And yeah, I think that they will still rise higher. If we look at its chart, well, actually, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up the butterfly fade chart real quick. If we look at the butterfly fade chart, Stiletto Doppler gems, good or bad? It's all right. Not the best knife, but I like Dopplers. They're okay. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. It's from Prisma, right? So yeah, Prisma cases are solid. So Butterfly Fade is up 5% this month, 3% in the last week. It is on a tear. Look at that. What a champion. 6 months, we're up 8% only. Interesting. From the bottom of November, we are up 30% from the bottom of November when CS2 came out. Off of the all-time high, we are off about 20%. And if you're like me, who is a believer of CS2 and trusts that Valve knows what they're doing and they want to grow their game and, you know, make more money, then I think that we can get that extra 20%. It may take a couple months, may take a couple years, but I think there will be a time where, yeah, this thing goes back to all-time highs eventually. And you get to play with a really cool knife in the meantime, so why not? Yeah, I like it. I like the butterfly fade. I like it a lot. Have you seen how the Nox look even in Well Worn? Should I go with Well Worn or over Field Tested since there isn't a huge difference in looks? As a play skin, it doesn't really matter. As an investment, I'd prefer the Field Testeds, but either way, Nox are not the best gloves in the game, so it really doesn't matter. Save some money, I guess. I bargained for it, 580 RMB. Okay. W bargain. Let's look at some knives real quick here. We got the Bowie Knife Gamma Doppler. It's currently flat over the month. Right now it's in a little bit of a consolidation. For the past 2 months, it's just consolidating, chopping here. We're waiting for the next leg higher, hopefully. This chart is looking pretty bullish, I would say. Gut Knife Doppler. Let's look at some cheaper knives. I know a lot of you guys maybe can't afford the more expensive, you know, Karambit fades and butterfly fades. So 3 months up 12%. This is a Gut Knife Doppler. Again, similar chart. This is like a bullish flag. You know, it's consolidating here and probably should go higher in the next couple of months. Let's see, Talon, similar thing. Talon is also pretty good. From the Prisma case. Actually, no, Talon Vanilla is not from the Prisma case. It's from the... Interesting, 6 months, it's still down. But if you look from the November lows, we're up 15%. So this thing still has some room to go if it wants to go to 20% and more. See, that's the difference, chat. That's the difference between Butterfly Fade and Talon Vanilla. The Butterfly Fade is up 20% off of its like lows from November. Meanwhile, Talon Vanilla is up 15. I'm curious if we look at the Talon Fade. Is it also the same as the Butterfly? Probably not. Butterfly is more popular than Talon. So let's see. 6 month, November, until now, 14%. Interesting. 19%. It's down a little bit, but it's roughly the same. It's not terribly different. That's why you want to own good knives. Knives that people want. Fades, Dopplers, Vanillas, Talons, Karambits, M9s. Those are the ones where the real money is, right? Karambit Lure, since I own a Karambit Lure, let's take a look here. 6 month, it is interesting. It's still down 6 months, but from the lows, So now it's 17%. Lows to the top, 21%. Still looking good. 3-month chart is looking like a beast. We're probably going to go even higher, honestly. Love me a good Karambit lure. So, I like it. I like it. These are good knives. Stiletto Tiger Tooth, is it good? It's a decent knife, but as an investment, like I said earlier in the stream, I want to go for higher tier. So, the only stiletto knife I would personally buy would be like a Stiletto Ruby, Stiletto Sapphire, one of those like Doppler type stilettos that are more expensive. Stiletto Tiger Tooth is fine, but not a big investment, I would say. Is Talon Doppler Phase 2 a good investment? I'd say so. Yeah, it's from Prisma Case, and it's a Doppler. Dopplers are top of the line, top notch. Prices are now almost stabilized, and I don't see it going up, but we can debate. Why don't you see it going up? What will prevent them from going up, I guess, would be my question, Greywind. Skins are never going to be the same, mark my words. What do you mean they're never going to be the same? How are they different? What changed? I'm confused. I picked up a tier 3 Karambit Diamond Gem a while back before they got so popular. Do you think that they'll keep going up, or should I sell soon? I personally don't invest in any like gems and stuff like that, just because you gotta value them, you have to find the right buyer, and it's like usually a hassle. Don't get me wrong, they're cool knives, but as an investment, I like to keep my investments very simple. I like to invest in commodities and items that look very similar. Now, I know every knife has a different, different float and a different pattern, blah, blah, blah. But long story short, like a fade is, a fade. It's not like, yeah, it comes in different percentages, but I'm not telling you all to invest in 100% fade. Like, no, that's not what you invest in. When I say butterfly fade investment, I'm not talking about 100% butterfly fade investment or whatever. I'm talking about just a regular butterfly fade. Keep it simple. KISS. That's the property I do. Looks like the hype for Limb Vision is done. You never know, ET. The hype could easily come back as soon as we get an operation, or as soon as we get more skins, more cases, more collections. Should I invest in Rio Paris capsules? I'd probably just invest in the Copenhagen capsules, since it's the new kid on the block and it's pretty cheap. And it's on sale. So that's what I would do. Get a Talon Crimson Battle Scarred. Is it a good decision, or change it to Ursus Slaughter Factory New? That's a good question. Talon better than Ursus. Oh, Slaughter Crimson. I actually like neither. I'm not a big fan of Slaughter. I'm not a big fan of Crimson, especially when it's battle scarred. If it's a lower float Crimson where you can have fewer scratches, then maybe. But yeah, I mean, Pack, I would just say opportunity cost, my friend. That money that you could have bought a knife could probably be better invested right now, potentially. If you don't agree with me and you don't think that there are better investments at the current moment as opposed to buying a knife, then yeah, go for a knife. And I don't know, I really don't know which one's better, because one's battle scarred and it's probably going to look kind of bad with the scratches, and then the other is an Ursus knife, which isn't as good. So that's a tough one, man. That is a tough one. What should be my next knife goal that I should work towards? Well, from that paracord knife, I would upgrade it to a Talon. That would be my first goal. Actually, wait, paracord is from what? It's not from that collection. Paracord is from what? Shattered Web Knives, so I guess skeleton. But I don't really know how people like skeleton knives. Do they like them as much as they initially did back in the day? I don't know. You have a paracord. Yeah, next thing would be to upgrade it, like I said, to either a Talon. If you can, an M9, that would be really good. And then eventually a Karambit or a Butterfly. The game changed. People love the old game, and now it is performance heavy. People used to live the easy to run the game, and that was the reason for the skin price hype. You really think that people with potato PCs are the ones that are propping up the skin market and the economy? Is that the argument you're trying to make? People that can't run modern day games, that have old PCs? I mean, actually, ironically, I fit into that. I have a dinosaur PC, and I have a 6 figures worth of skins. So I guess I do fit into that demographic. But I don't know, man. Personally, I disagree with that. Most people don't own the skins that I'm invested in, or the higher tier items. Most people have never owned a Butterfly Fade, or a Howl, or a Dragon Lore, or a Gungnir, or any of those like really shiny objects, and they're not being traded by people that can't run this game. So I disagree with you there. And even so, I still play this game occasionally, and I'll still be interested in investing, even if the performance is shit. You know, I'm not going pro anytime soon, and most people aren't, so I really don't see the argument there. But yeah, the game is different. I agree with you there. The game is different. They did change it pretty drastically. It's a whole different engine, and it feels different. I get it. But you gotta adapt, or get out, you know, get out of the kitchen if it's too hot for you. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't think it's gonna necessarily eat away at the hype of this game. It's still gonna be a very, very popular shooter, or FPS. So, I don't know, maybe I'm too biased, but Bisker, what's up, man? How you doing? What do you think about the Antwerp Contenders capsules? I have Outsiders, 9Z stickers that I personally like. Outsiders is good, and 9Z is good if we get, like, purple skins. If we get, like, a pearlescent type purple covert from the next operation. Yeah, Outsiders should stonk. I'm really confused about RMR. Do you have a video on it? I want to see... Wait, what? I want to sell, but it is almost no profit. Do I have a video on RMR? I've made tons of videos covering RMR over the past year. Unfortunately, they're kind of outdated because last year a lot of things changed for RMR. They make a change to the appearance, prices go up. They change it, you know, right back, prices go down, and it's like very, very volatile. I personally wouldn't waste your time with RMR. If you're at a loss, you could hold a little bit longer and hope that, you know, we get new skins, new operation, and prices on stickers rebounds. Or you can cut your losses and sell now and maybe put it into something cheaper, something better, I guess. I don't know. Do you do inventory reviews? I also have a Karambit Butterfly Vanilla that was lent to a friend. I could do an inventory review. Would you guys like that? We could probably do an inventory review, or maybe like an investment review, or something like that. Maybe I'll do it over the weekend. Not on this live stream, but definitely probably tomorrow we can schedule a stream for an inventory review. Can you please talk about patches? Riptide and skill group collections are moving a ton. You own any? When to take profit? Prices to stay? We can definitely talk about Riptides and those skill groups. I haven't been following them. I'm more interested in like Riptide. Well, even actually no, I'm not interested in Riptide. They're hella expensive. I'm interested in the other ones, the team ones, but those are the ones that I was thinking of investing in. Riptide is such a niche item, such low supply that like you're basically trading with a bunch of suckers that are paying more than you, investors, quote unquote. It's just, you know, I don't know. We could talk about it, but not in this video. I want to keep it more knife-oriented, more, yeah, more knives. Any news on the print stream? No news on the current status of the print stream. How cool would it be to have a print stream knife? That might be kind of cool. Please just mine. I bought last month and not sure what I'm holding. Segev, we'll do it tomorrow. I'll do a live stream tomorrow. I'll schedule it tonight. We'll do a live tomorrow. When should the sale end, Fano? 3 months. Give it 3 months. 2 to 3 months. Sometime in like early August would be my guess. Skin craft reviews would be dope. Onipixel does them all the time. You don't have to make it a big competition. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it a competition. It's just purely gonna be my opinion, my friendly advice. I just opened a Black Lotus. Should I sell it or no? Black Lotus, is that the new, wait, black? Is that the new M4? If it's the new M4 from the new case, then you should sell it because price will go down in 6 months. I almost can guarantee it. That's what I would do if I opened one. I bought a Pandora's box field tested when they were $3,600. Now they're $5,000. Do you think I should sell or keep holding? I currently have a Pandora's box. I'm holding. I think they do go higher. But if you don't agree with me and you think that the game is gonna die and there's no future in this game, well, maybe sell and use that money in something better, different investment, something that's cheaper or has more room to grow. I don't know. I'm personally holding on to my Pandoras, but that's just me. That's because I don't really need the money, and you know, it's the cream of the crop, if you will. It's the top glove, pretty much. People keep telling me since 4600, so I think I should keep holding. Probably. I mean, you get to play this game with some really sick gloves. So the only thing that I could see that could really hurt it is if they release like animated gloves or a case with like a brand new type of glove, or you know, that eclipses the Pandoras. But we probably won't see new gloves for another year, so I think you'll be fine. Print Stream gloves would be so much cleaner than Print Stream knife. Maybe. I'd have to see a concept, Russell. Invest in Paris capsules or 1.5x more expensive Copenhagen capsules. I'm still going after Copenhagen, even though Paris is cheap. So, I'm going with Copenhagen. I'm also heavily invested in Stockholm capsules too. And I think all of these will have their day in the next couple of months once we get more skins added to the game, once we start crafting more, once the game starts being more fluid, less cheaters, blah, blah, blah. I got a Doppler Poison Frog for 25 euros. Good time to sell or hold. That's an Operation sticker, is it not? Doppler Poison Frog. It's a foil. $72. Oh my lord, dude, these things are hell overpriced. If you can sell it at a profit of $72, Jesus, man. Like, there's so few of them out there. Like, alright. Like, you really think some sucker is gonna pay, like, hundreds of dollars for that? Maybe. I don't know. But, hey, profit is profit. True, but I think that they're still behind on knives. Like, some knives don't have the gamma finishes yet. I agree. I think they're first gonna do that before they do gloves. So I'm with you on there. Real talk, how's life going? Very stressful. I have a lot of work, a lot of deadlines, very busy. I really want to make more videos and more live streams, but I've been super busy, so hopefully things clear up over the next month or so, and we'll get back to more content at a consistent basis. I just bought a Flip Knife Tiger Tooth. What would you say about this? Thoughts on this, please? Flip Knife is alright. Tiger Tooth is fine. I think Lure would be, Doppler would be better than Tiger Tooth. Try to upgrade it to a Doppler if you can. And why Flip Knife? Why not M9? M9's better. Whatever happened to the Rock's Hollow? Is it still overpriced? It's still overpriced, but it is off of its all-time highs. Thoughts on Damascus Steel as a first knife? Damascus Huntsman first knife? That's a decent first knife. But again, opportunity cost, Rob. Maybe you can put that money into a case, or a patch, or an agent, or a capsule, and maybe that money can grow faster in the next 3-6 months than that Huntsman knife. Like, I didn't own my first knife until like 5 years. Even though I had the money to buy it, I still kept investing in just, you know, opportunity costs. So it's up to you, man. But as a first knife, that's a great first knife. It's just, as an investor, I think that there are better knives to hold in your inventory. Copenhagen or Paris? I prefer Copenhagen, but there are some Paris that are good too. I haven't completely, like, given up on Paris. Even though I sold out of Paris, that doesn't necessarily mean I think that they will stay at their low price forever. I think that eventually they do rebound Paris, but who knows how long it's gonna take. When is the new case? Probably late summer, when the operation comes out. That's my guess. Hello, Fano. Thoughts on 3D Max Hollow 2015? I think you could have chosen a better Cato 15 sticker. Maybe a different team. 3D Max, don't they have a team still? Maybe they come back in a future major? I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Bro, it's crazy. I've also been 5 years without a knife, and I got one now. Well, good for you, Guns. Good for you. But yeah, 5 years without a knife, and then I finally decided to buy a Doppler bayonet as my first knife. But yeah, 3D Max Hollow, it's not the best Hollow you could have gotten from Cato. It's one of the cheaper ones, but at that point, just buy one of the capsules, the cheaper capsule. Is now a good time to buy knives and gloves? I guess the bottom line, chat. Bottom line, now is a good time to buy knives and gloves if you believe the game will continue to grow, more players, less cheaters, and we get an operation within the next 6 to 12 months. Now would be a good time to buy knives and gloves and other investments that are off their highs. Now would be a good time if that's what you think will happen. If you disagree with that statement, if you think that the game is going in the wrong direction, it's going down, then do not invest in knives and gloves, and don't buy them now. But I still think we're still off of the all-time highs. We still have room to grow. And if you go for quality, like I've been talking about during this stream, I think you'll do well. Would you make a video on cheap knife and glove combos? Yeah, I have tons of, I've seen tons of knife and glove combos. Many of them were cheap. I could definitely compile a video for you soon. I'll put that on my list. Maybe I'll have one later this week. Yo, Fano, what do you think? Should I buy a knife or not? Depends on the knife. What kind of knife? Better be a good knife. Like, if it's just gonna be like a stained survival knife, then no, don't. No operation this year. Never mind, Valve is so busy with the anti-cheat. You never know, Snowy, you never know. Maybe. I'm more of a player than a trader, but I got the money from a sportsbook sign-up offers. All right, dude. Hey, as a first knife, and if you play this game more than you invest, then yeah, get yourself a knife, man. Have fun. What's your favorite case? I have tons of good cases that I like, but I don't know. I'm currently invested in revolver cases and Riptide cases. Those are my favorites. Give me a top 5 of your favorite knives, just mine. Well, I only have 4 knives that I can think of, and my top favorite knife is probably my Butterfly. Butterfly Fade, it is the Mango Fade. Even though the Karambit Fade is also up there, this is probably number 2. Mango Fade is probably barely number 1. Karambit Lure, number 3. Although, the Huntsman Doppler Phase 2, I did unbox it. And I think it's like the 29th lowest float. Not that it really matters, but it was still a really cool unbox. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough, man. I like fades, and Karambit and Butterfly are close. They're very close. Hard to say which one's better. Just bought a low-tier knife and 2 pair of low-tier gloves. Alright, well, hey. You do you, man. Agents are pretty pricey at the moment, bro. I agree. They are, but if we don't get an operation this year, they should still hold value and potentially go higher. Marvin says, Yo, Fano, I got a trade offer for my Karambit Fade for a Clan Mystique Hollow. How much is a Clan Mystique Hollow? Is it around the same price? They're trying to get rid of... Who's trying to get rid of Kato for Karambit Fades? Ooh. What T agent should I buy? Number K. You can't go wrong with Number K. He's a fan favorite. One of the best agents in the game. I highly doubt we're going to get another Condom Man head, whatever you want to call him, in the future. This is a unique agent. Highly recommend. What do you think about the Huntsman Fade? Buy or ignore? You could buy a Huntsman Fade. Fades are good. Huntsmans are alright. Yeah. As long as it's a Fade, Doppler, or a vanilla, Gamma Doppler, I like it. Best investment for $20? At the moment, I like capsules. Copenhagen capsules or cases. And when I say cases, I mean like discontinued operation cases. It's hilarious because you can still kind of see his face. Yeah, dude. Honestly, how does he see anything? Like, look at his eyes. Like, how does he even walk? You know what I mean? Like, hello? Valve? This game makes no sense. Is there any overpay for Doppler Phase 4s? Some of the Max Blue, the fake Sapphire patterns. Depends on the knife. The higher the tier knife, yes, the more overpay there is. Yes, there is. I bought my first knife. It was a falchion knife. What do you think about falchion knives? I think they're a good budget. Falchion knives are okay, as long as they're fades, Dopplers, or vanillas. Not the best knife out there, personally, but... You know, you could buy a knife. You know, you could pick a falchion knife over a huntsman knife. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I would still try to aim for like the top of the top, like the Karambits and M9s eventually. What do you think? Hey Fano, what do you think if you had $1,500 worth to get a knife? Well, which one would you get? I would get a Karambit or a Butterfly, and yeah. Either a Karambit or a Butterfly. I don't know which one, though. I'd have to look at prices and see which one, but definitely higher tier, like Gamma Dopplers, Dopplers, Fades, Vanillas, if they're within that price range. Or an M9. You could go for M9s, too. M9s are good. What do you think about the Op Chrome Cannon? Thoughts, please. Way too expensive. Wait for price to go down. It's a new item. It's only going to go down in price as more of them get unboxed. It's pretty common. I think it goes down more. what cases are the best to invest in. I did a video last month talking about case investments and the ones that I like the most and the ones I've invested in, and I think it was a pretty successful live stream that we did. Highly recommend you check it out. Guys, all of my live streams are saved on my YouTube channel. That's the beauty of YouTube. It's very easy. You guys get these videos recommended to you. You don't even have to be here for the live. You can always rewatch it in the future. But if you go to my YouTube channel and you click on streams, or sorry, live, you get all of these, not all of them, some of them are members only live streams that you have to join the channel to watch. But a month ago, best CS2 cases to invest in 2024. Take a look at this video, look at the prices, see where they're now, see what happened over the last month or so. April was a good month, let's just say that. It was a good month for cases. Is it worth to get an inheritance? Guys, do not touch anything from the new case. I don't want you buying any new case skin. Anything from this new case, you do not touch. This case is still above $1. These items are still pretty expensive. You want to wait at least a year before buying any of these skins. At least a year. Or wait until an operation. Wait until a new case. Wait until it's no longer the new kid on the block. The new shiny item that everybody wants to buy. Alright. Alright, chat. What marketplaces do you personally use? I recommend use whatever you're comfortable with. So if you have access to Buff, use Buff. If you are comfortable using Skinport or GamerPay or CS Float, I've used CS Float before, very good marketplace. Whatever website you have access to, use that. But Buff is usually the go-to place for most traders. I am planning to buy a Chrome Cannon. Should I wait? Yes, you should definitely wait. Float is the best. Float is pretty good. Yeah. You think it's a good offer? Would you do it? That has to be a scam, right? Unless your knife is like, there's something crazy with your knife. You know what I mean? Like, does your knife have some sort of like low float pattern? This is a real trade offer. Chat, should he do this trade? I mean, it's literally double. I have a feeling that maybe the guy scammed this, Yeah, I don't know, man. I personally I probably wouldn't do it, man. I think it's sketchy. Who the hell, who's this guy, man? Like, where'd you find this guy? Very sketchy. You could probably get banned. He probably scammed it or something. I don't know. I personally wouldn't do it, but I mean, any suggestions where to get a price check? Zipple, Onipixel have pretty good price checks. They're very, very knowledgeable. Onipixel's Mod Booty, if you see him in his Twitch chat, he's pretty good too. If you ask nicely. And tell him that Fano sent you to him. Especially if you have like high floats. Let's see. Any good USPS for around 1 to 10 euros? Not that I can think of. 10 to 15 euros. As an investment, you're not going to see much for 10 to 15 euro investments. I like Kill Confirmed as an investment, Orion as an investment. For USPS, Whiteout as an investment. Heck, even Serums could be an investment for trade-ups and stuff. Yeah, 10 euros, I don't know, dude. There's not a whole lot. Purple DD Pat. Maybe, I don't know. USPS Trader may be a good skin. Is it 10 euros though? It's pretty, excuse me, that's pretty cheap. Yeah, you could probably get it like a field tested or not bad. Why doesn't he sell the sticker and buy 2 Kremid fades? If something is too good to be true, it most likely is. Yeah, Ahmed, you are so right. If he literally sent you that trade offer, something is super fishy. I don't accept those trade offers. Or, you know, nobody's ever offered me to like double my knife or double my thing, but if it's literally double the value, then absolutely not. It's a scam. Something's fishy. It is what it is. I have 200 pounds to invest in. Should I invest in Miami Daryl or Ava agents? I like both. I have one Miami Daryl agent, and you know my investment with Ava. I still think Daryl is the more popular agent. That's why he's the most expensive. But yeah, you could probably buy one of each and then use the remainder on something else. Or half and half, or 2 Daryls, 1 Ava. I don't know, dude. Wait, that didn't sound right. Anyways, just figure out what you want to do with that $200. But Daryl is the more popular one. Do you recommend Dragon King for the A4? It's an alright skin, not the best. It's a K skin. My Karambit is 99% fade, 00 float with a pattern 777, 100% clean corner on the play side. So he's obviously really interested in that knife. He's willing to overpay double. That's a crazy overpay. I would do a lot of like Carfax. I would look at his profile, see if you can find out who he traded the item with, where he got the item from, how long he's had that item, has he been banned, look at his friends list, his alt accounts, if he has any. Like, you do a full-on background check. I wouldn't trust it. Still though, that is a really, really nice knife you got there. I don't know how to price it though, but is it really double? I don't know. He only has 2 Cato 14 hollows in his inventory. Yo, that's all I needed to hear, dude. What the hell? He only has 2 Cato hollows. I'm dead. Alright. Yeah. Listen, man. I would proceed with caution. I'm not doing this trade, but that's just me. You do you. Good luck. Good luck, soldier. With a small budget of 25, I mean, it's your knife, man. You know, you decide, but I would do an extensive check on this guy. Be careful. 20, especially with all these people getting banned and shit, and like, be very careful. I would do it for a Dignitas Hollow. Yeah. How long should I wait for a Chrome Cannon? Wait for the operation to come out. Wait for a new case to come out, at least. What do you think of Gamma Doppler Glock 18? I like it. If you can get it in Emerald, even better. The aspirant agent is getting manipulated. He jumped $3 to $12 on buff and went up on Steam. I don't know who that is, but... Oh, this agent. He got pumped? Did he actually? Oh, shit. He did get pumped. Why did he get pumped? Today? Did, like... Own It Pixel or Anomaly stream today, or like did they talk about like did a popular streamer talk about this agent, or is there like a TikTok video that went viral about somebody like trying to pump this item? I'm confused. Like why'd it go up? Again, Legion of Anubis, is that a good AK? Yes, it's a good AK. Chromatic Aberration name for an op, they are good. Yeah, those are all good play skins. They're not good investments for the long run. That's what I would say. All right, chat. Guys, it is almost an hour. I wanted to make this a shorter stream just to give you guys the content for the knives, talk to you guys about knives. If I didn't answer your question, or if you've come up with a question, please leave a comment on this VOD. I answer all comments on Steam. On YouTube, sorry. I try to answer all of them. Do me a favor though, on your way out, please hit the like button if you want to see more of these types of videos, these live streams, more content. It would really help me out. Hit the like button, that's all I ask, and subscribe if you're new. It's completely free. I'll see you guys over the weekend. We'll do some inventory reviews perhaps, and we will catch you next time. Happy investing, everybody. Have a good weekend.